What is going on, guys? Chipmunk22 here, and welcome back to the Grid Watchers Podcast, episode 7, to review the Spanish Grand Prix. I'm joined, as always, by Rix and December and Bennie.
He's with the Bennie.
I actually went Bernie and
So, Bennie, what's your first thought about the Grand Prix today?
I hate you so much. It was such a good Grand Prix compared to what we've had previously, because especially after Russia, it was so much better. It was unreal.
Yeah, no, it was far better than last week's Grand Prix. You had quite a few. We had a lot more overtaking for once, which was nice, and there's a lot more strategy that came into it. Rix and December sort of quickly, going over the Grand Prix. What, thoughts on it?
I mean, I'm happy Lewis won.
Obviously.
But I think the only issue we've got is it is going to be like a two-man race for the title. That's it. I can't see anyone on the outside getting even the slightest look in through the rest of the races, to be honest. Yeah.
Sember?
As a Dutchman or a Belgian living in the Netherlands, the first 400 yards were entertaining.
400 yards, that's all it took.
But I have to agree with Rickson, it's going to be a two-horse race. I mean, Bottas is too inconsistent and Raikkonen is just...
Go on, say it.
Yeah, I'm thinking about a nice word, but I can't find it. But
shit.
I don't think the top two will be challenged. So I think that
past it's probably
I think
right
the top
word.
two will just have to fight it out on their own.
Yeah.
But it will be interesting. I mean,
yeah. No, I think the whole Spanish Grand Prix all kicked off on Saturday with Alonso. Your team calls him. McLaren Honda managed to get 7th place, which was just out of complete nowhere. No one expected that.
That was absolutely
crazy.
mental.
The fact that practice
mental.
won, he spent the entire time playing tennis.
Yeah.
On Friday, and then Saturday comes out, gets into Q3, which is incredible, and then because I was watching his hot lap, and there was still time to find, because he missed a couple. There was time to find in that lap. It's just 7th place.
He could have split the Red Bulls if he wanted to.
Yeah, if he pushed hard enough, he could have split the Red Bulls. It was ridiculous. I was just watching it oh my god.
What Causa said about he spent most of practice playing tennis. It's almost like on Saturday afternoon they went Fernando, do you mind actually getting in the car? And he was like, alright, fine.
Yeah,
I love Fernando.
Yeah.
He's he is the symbol of Formula One at the moment, isn't he? I mean, find one person who actually watched Formula One for not a year but multiple years who doesn't like Fernando. You won't find a single one.
Yeah,
because they'll respect him too much.
Because I started out watching F1 sort of almost hating Alonso, because when I got really into it, he was teammates with Hamilton, and then all the stuff that happened with them, and then in a non-competitive environment, he's pretty chill. He sort of enjoys his time. He enjoys it, doing some camera work and sitting on deck chairs and just he's a
bit of a role model at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah, well, he's beating his advert, isn't he? It's ridiculous.
Do you think Van Dorn actually looks up to him? I think he does.
Oh, 100%.
I think anyone would be in his team.
I think
anyone would.
Yeah. I guess that was sort of Saturday. Then we had Lewis got pole, Vettel second. Was it by half a tenth, I believe?
Yeah,
qualifying. Bottas and then Raikkonen as usual, really. And then onto the race. Just the start was just madness, really. You had Raikkonen and Verstappen having contact with Bottas, which sort of a concertina effect, which caused Raikkonen and then eventually Verstappen to both go off and retire. Do we think that's Bottas' fault, or is it a racing incident? What do you guys think of that whole situation?
It was Bottas' fault.
Here comes Rickson with all the
There was
tact.
nothing he could have done about it. Literally,
No.
there was the only way that he could have avoided it is if he went off track, and obviously if you go off track, it's going to lose a load of positions. No one's going to do that.
I think not only could he not really do much, but I don't think he knew that there was 3 wide, because it's very difficult to see.
I would just label it a racing incident. Lick your wounds, get on with it.
Yeah.
That's also what Verstappen and Raikkonen both did to the media. Like they both were like, it can happen, fair enough. But I mean, for Verstappen, it's like, unlucky. Red Bull doesn't really have a great season, but for Raikkonen, he's gonna come under fire like within the next 3 races.
Yeah.
If he doesn't perform, I would say so, because he's not on the level of Vettel so far this season.
I asked it in a group chat when Monaco was, but I just had a look on the calendar. It's the next race. I thought it was another race in between.
Yeah.
But if he doesn't get like 3rd or 4th with that Ferrari around McLaren for fuck's sake, around Monaco, he's gonna get under a lot of fire, and I can guarantee you that.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Raikkonen is sort of struggling recently with. It seems that he's. We all know that he's a good driver. He's won a world title. He's won multiple races, but he just doesn't seem there if you compare him to Seb this year, and he's just not there. And I guess talking about Seb, manages to get 2nd today in the Grand Prix. I think from what I remember, guys, I've had a few beers today, guys, so I don't really remember much of the race. So I was watching the football the majority of the time, but from what I remember, it was Seb got held up by Bottas and Lewis. So Lewis had a longer stint, and then Seb got held up by Bottas, and then Lewis eventually jumped him through the pits and with better tyres. So it was a great strategy call from Mercedes, and then eventually Lewis went on to win the race, which is another win for the Mercedes team, Rickson.
Yeah, I mean, crazy race. I was kind of shitting myself, the majority, especially when they made Lewis pit early onto the softs. You don't realise how good these 2017 cars are on their tyres. And last year, he wouldn't have made it anywhere as far as he did this season. But it's good that kind of the back markers were playing their hand to Vettel to start. But then when they were coming up to the hairpin, and Lewis had passed Vettel by this point and they were chasing each other down. But Vettel got caught up behind Massa, I think, in the hairpin, and had to slam on the brakes. And then from there, I think everybody knew Lewis had kind of got the gap far enough away to be able to chill on the tyres and then make it eventually to the end and obviously win.
Yeah, no, it was a good performance by Lewis and Mercedes, like you said, Ricks and Mercedes getting their pit strategy on a dime, really. That you had Bottas holding up Vettel, which then helped. Lewis did pit early, but he did manage to sort of work his way around it. And then I guess the Ferrari, you had Raikkonen out. Still a good result for Ferrari getting 2nd place, but they messed up their chances. You were held up by different drivers, traffic, and all sorts. But then again, still a good result for Ferrari in 2nd. But a good result for Red Bull as well, isn't it, December? Ricciardo getting 3rd. Admittedly, he was sort of 75 seconds behind the front 2 runners, but it's still a podium. So we're getting there eventually, I guess, aren't we?
It is a podium. I mean, I was really confident. I watched practice and qualifying, and I was like, the gap came down significantly. It was only like 5 tenths, 5 or 6 tenths, more or less. And I was like, all right, this, take small steps at a time. And then Q3 it was still 5 tenths, and I was like, acceptable. But then I was a bit worried about the race, like how will this car perform like in long hauls, like long runs. But I'm glad to see one of the Red Bulls back onto the podium. And to be fair, I support Max, but I support above that Red Bull race. And I'm glad they finally got their head out of the arse. Sorry, PG-13 rating, but
that was gone miles ago. PG-13 on Tune's channel.
But I'm just glad Red Bull got some points, which will keep them motivated. I mean, they needed the points, didn't they? They were so far behind Mercedes or Ferrari, it was ridiculous.
Yeah, no,
especially like pre-season, they were like, "Oh, Red Bull, world world championship contender car, world championship contender drivers." I mean, the drivers are alright. The car wasn't.
Yeah, the car. We all thought that Red Bull would bring the B-spec car into the race and think,
they
Red Bull are
did.
going to be amazing. But out of the top three, I watched Karun Chandok's review of the cars from practice, and it seemed that Red Bull and Ferrari both bought a lot more updates than Red Bull did. I'm thinking, oh, come on, Red Bull, pick it up. You know, you're behind already. Sort it out.
Yeah, the Dutch commentator said it as well. It's not even close to a B-spec car. I mean, they had some upgrades on the front wing. I don't know the details because I'm not Arab, but it's something to do with airflow. But he did say that when the upgrade does come out, that if I remember correctly, that both Red Bull Racing and Renault Sport Racing will get it both at the same time. And although I am interested about Red Bull Racing, I'm also interested about Renault Sport, because they already, like Hulkenberg, already gets 7th. Can you imagine if he outpaces the Williams?
Yeah.
So that's going to be like Ferrari, Mercedes, Red Bull, and then 6, 7. Oh no, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 7, 8. Might as well be a Renault.
Yeah.
And then Williams behind it. I mean, who knows? I don't know.
Yeah, I think as we going through our team's cause, your McLaren team, Alonso had such a good qualifying, and then just had such a horrible start. You had contact with Massa, which then sent him off going round turn 2.
He had contact with Massa because he was trying to go around Raikkonen and Verstappen, who for no reason decided to just go on in the middle of the track.
Yeah, I did see that. I was
quite
thinking
dangerous,
they shouldn't
actually.
do that. Yeah, it was. Yeah, he just sort of ploughed into the middle of the track, which then caused a Constantino effect, which caused Alonso and Massa to actually have to move out the way. It was a bit of a dangerous move, but Alonso didn't. That sort of ruined it then for him, and he ended up being 12th at the end of the race,
which is still good though. You can't.
They finished the race.
They
finished the race. It was a lot more positive. It was also hampered quite a lot by traffic. There was also quite a lot of that because they put it in quite early to get out of the traffic, and then when he pitted and the softs were coming in, and then sort of by the time they were like perfect, banging in the laps, he then came across more traffic, and it just wasn't working.
Earlier I said I just thought about it. I said P7 and P8 Renault, make that just P7. Because what the hell was Palmer doing?
Oh, here we go. Right, so we're going to start a new segment now, where we just roast the shit out of Palmer every single week.
Out is
and welcome to the Palmer roasting session.
we roast Palmer and then end it by going, get Karma Georgia in the car, and then we all Google pictures of Karma Georgia and then just spend like 30 seconds just looking.
I know you do, Carter, but I don't know about the other.
Yeah, see.
But I mean, every week we're like, oh, Palmer, get your head out of the ass. It can't be worse next week. And then he goes like, yes, I can.
Yeah, just goes,
hold my beer.
Yeah, hold my beer. I can do
Felipe
worse.
Massa, 1 minute and 15 down on the leaders after lap 1 because of a puncture, still beats Jolyon Palmer, despite...
That's unfucking believable,
it's
isn't
like,
it?
you see, Lance Stroll lost to Felipe Massa in the same car after Massa had a puncture after lap 1. I just have no idea. Can we please move on to other rookies in terms of Esteban Ocon?
Oh, brilliant result!
Like Force India is just like I'm in love with Force India at the moment. Yeah, the results, they're just so consistent. They got 2 really good, really fun drivers to have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Force India are doing everything at the moment.
Last season they were a bit, not great, but they went a bit under the radar. I mean, they had some good results,
couple
points
of podiums.
Finishes, couple of podiums, but they went a bit under the radar, and now they were like, we don't want to go under the radar, so we'll colour our car pink. And everyone was like, ridiculous. But I mean, look at the points. They're only just behind Red Bull in the constructors, and just behind Red Bull in the drivers' championship as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Force India had a great result in today's Grand Prix. I think a lot of us thought after last year they couldn't top it. They beat Williams last year. We thought, Williams will come back strong and put them back into the fifth best team. But Force India blown out the water. Really, Williams are nowhere really, aren't they? And it's mad to think a team like Force India, which they've got money, but they're not a Red Bull or a Ferrari, and they're still up there, which is fantastic for them.
I see what you mean. I mean, they got 22 points this weekend. 22 points for Force India.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It's
that's
good.
pretty
Yeah.
good. That's
whereas Williams got 0.
Yeah, it's mad.
Yeah.
So that's a massive gap, like with one race. I mean, obviously, being Williams, you're not gonna get you're not gonna make a gap to Force India as long as you got Stroll on your team.
Yeah, they're being quite hindered by the driver choice. Although, mind you, Massa's driving. He's got no pressure on him at the moment, Massa, and he's driving well, to be honest.
You get paid a lot of money just to drive for a year as well, though. So I'd take his job any day of the week. Torro Rosso. Just looking at the standings now, guys, and Torro Rosso are ahead of Williams.
P7, P9, acceptable.
Yeah.
They're getting there or thereabouts, aren't they?
Yeah.
But can I don't want to get burned for this, so I'm sorry, but Sainz P7, Torro Rosso. I mean, credit to him. I mean, Sainz is a great driver. Don't get me wrong. But Fiat, and I know you guys might not agree, but I kind of want Fiat to fail to get him out of F1 and get Gasly in that car. Yeah. Am I being mean?
No,
I agree with you.
No. Fiat, although apparently he's pretty chill on the grid, doesn't give that across to the public.
Yeah, but he's pretty chill on the grid, but he also can't drive a fucking car.
Well, not without crashing into people.
Oh, sorry, a bleeping car.
It's too late now, mate. We've
Ken's gone off on one of his rants, and it's all gone.
No, it's not alright. But I mean, get him out. I mean, Gasly, he might be the future for Torro Rosso next season.
Gasly's worth it. He's a good driver.
Yeah, I was looking at the. We have a F1 fantasy league, and I was just looking at it now. And
what are the points like?
So I'm ahead of some of you guys might know from the Noob Journey. So Callum W's in second. I am 115 points ahead of Callum W currently in the standings, in first place. So you guys need to catch up, guys. Come on, Rickson, you're in third. December, you're in 8th, and Cause you're in 9th. You need to.
They haven't updated from this weekend. Can I just say?
Yeah, they have.
It's my
they haven't.
It's my Dutch pride kicking in, isn't it?
Guys, we're meant to be talking about Spain. The race.
We've done the race.
Well, I think
it's my Dutch pride kicking in, isn't it? I mean, I always want to have Verstappen. Like the predictions we had last week for this week's race, I completely fucked him up.
I mean, you and True, both you two have got to stop thinking that Red Bull are suddenly going to start pulling out wins because they're not.
No,
they're not good enough.
It's got a point.
You just wait.
We'll get
every week they go,
Monaco.
Red Bull's going to get on there, and it's like, nah, ain't happening.
Yeah, but
you just wait.
Yeah, exactly, Sam. You just wait, guys. We will get there eventually. I can't remember. I think I've predicted Vettel to win from what I remember.
Oh God, I'm almost lost. I'm sorry. I'm just looking. Oh, it's only.
It's not updated, Chuke, because I'm on exactly the same points as I was on when I looked 3 days ago.
That bad, Alex. You got 0 points. That's how bad you did.
No, I tell you, I definitely haven't. Because I got Force India and Ocon.
I've gone up.
If anyone wants to feel unlucky, or anyone wants to feel better, sorry.
Factual Impala.
So I have to say, I have to get the Red Bull pride out of my head. So I got 3 drivers, yeah. So you got Verstappen, obviously, then Ricciardo. Yeah. I mean, he got P3, fair enough. So I got them 2. So I'm all obviously being led by the Red Bull pride. But my third driver was Bottas.
Yeah, I got Bottas.
So, I've got 0 points for this weekend.
I've got Hamilton, Bottas, and Esteban Ocon.
Oh! Now that we're on the topping of Hamilton, topping. Did I just say topping?
Topping.
Now that we're on the topic of Hamilton and Bottas, imagine the retirement of Bottas in the other camp of Mercedes. A Hamilton retirement.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone goes like, oh, Bottas retired, unlucky, let's get on.
That's because everyone knows that Bottas isn't going to be challenging for the title come Brazil, Abu Dhabi.
But he's in a Mercedes. He should be.
He should be, but if you're comparing Lewis and Bottas, Lewis is a better driver. I think Rickson would have a point on this, and Lewis is the better driver, isn't he?
Well, Lewis has won more.
He is.
He's won more races. He's got more poles, won more titles. He's the best driver on the grid in my eyes at the moment. So.
Yeah. I mean, Rickson, I'm not a big Hamilton or Mercedes fan. But I have to agree, he is one of the best on the grid right now. But I mean, Bottas should be challenging him, not clutching for straws at P4.
I made this point when I was watching the race. It's different this year compared to, because it's not Lewis and Nico anymore. It's Lewis and Bottas, and they're using Bottas as cover because they know that Vettel's fast this year, a lot faster than last year.
Yeah.
So he's going to be used, like, great if he wins a race, great, get some points. But if they can use him to slow down Vettel or anyone that's trying to challenge Lewis for the win, they're going to use that. They're going to use him to slow them down like they did today.
So, say Nico would have stayed another season. Do you think they would have used the same tactic?
No, because Nico could win.
Nico's quicker than Valtteri.
Nico's quicker than Bottas. Because Bottas is either on or off on a weekend. Like in Russia, he was just on it. He was fast, but the other weekends he hasn't been on it. So he's had to play second fiddle because Hamilton's been faster the entire weekend and in the race.
Russia has been the only time, as far as I can recall, that he's actually been on it.
Yeah.
Like getting team orders when you're both in Mercedes is a bit embarrassing, isn't it?
Yeah, but they know they've got to do it for the constructors because.
Yeah. No, I mean, fair call that they did it, but. Rickson, can I ask you one thing honestly? And answer completely honestly.
Go for it, yeah.
I'm waiting for this.
I'm scared. Where is this going?
Take the tinfoil hat off.
The tinfoil hat is off.
Do you think Lewis will be crowned world champion at the end of the season?
Oh, bold.
Of course.
It's going to be close.
Do you think it will be close with Vettel?
Yeah, it will be close, but
down to Brazil or Abu Dhabi
Vettel
close.
will run out of steam at some point. I reckon that will happen. Hamilton's got, after last season, Hamilton's got more going for him.
What if Hamilton gets on the back foot, like what happened last season with
He'll claw it back.
He's been on the back foot before. Two out of his 3 titles with. Okay, how many titles has Hamilton won now? 3, innit?
3.
Yeah.
I think both times that he won with Mercedes, he was on the back foot for at least half of that season. And he's come back and just destroyed it, and then just won it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Chuke.
Yep.
Here comes some plugging.
It comes unplugging, okay.
Literally, this podcast now is just us talking shit and then a load of plugs, and then we choose who wins.
No. I mean,
podcast.
We've done Monaco on the noob journey. See, no plugging like personally, but like noob. It's in your favour, Rickson and Duke. We've done Monaco on the noob journey, but that's also the next race on the calendar. Do you think Red Bull will get the head out of their arse by then?
No, we won't. We've messed up from the start. You know, I feel like I'm turning into Bennie here and just not getting any results. I don't get any results of that Red Bull. You know, maybe Monaco will be our time, but we're lacking behind upgrades and stuff like that.
I mean,
we're not getting there.
I'm not gonna fuck up my predictions. I'm not gonna call Max because he's not good around street circuits. He retired around Singapore and Monaco.
He did,
yeah.
But I think I'm gonna go bold and like what who was it? Perez or
Perez?
Yeah, it was Perez in 4th. I think he's gonna do it again, like 4th.
You think?
And on that note, let's move on to the Monaco Grand Prix race prediction.
Yeah, well, Sam, what are your predictions for?
Oh, sorry.
No, it's fine. I did most of the Spanish Grand Prix.
I didn't want to skip forward. But,
no, it's fine. Go for predictions.
I mean, yeah. normally we do a top 3, but I want to do a top 5 this time. I'm gonna put
right. Can we just do top 3? Top
Sam,
5.
you can do a top 5, Ken, and we'll do a top 3.
Cheers, thank you. I'm gonna put Massa
to win.
First, what?
Bloody hell.
No, of course
Is
not.
it Massa for pole position? Is it?
Massa in P5, obviously.
All right.
Massa P5, Ocon P4, Ricciardo P3, Hamilton P2.
What the fuck was that?
Vettel's gonna win. Raikkonen's gonna bin it. Verstappen's gonna bin it. Bottas is gonna bin it. And pole position is gonna be Lewis.
Okay.
Fair enough.
All right.
That is the most messed up race prediction I've ever heard. You've gone Vettel. Have you gone Vettel, Hamilton,
Ricardo,
Ocon,
Massa. Yeah, just watch me get 10 points next week.
Oh,
You're not getting.
okay.
How can you get 10 points having made a maximum of 6 predictions?
You made
I thought it was
five.
2
You made
points.
five.
though.
What are you chatting?
Well, he's done pole position.
I
He's
thought
done
it was
pole
2
position as
points.
well.
Oh, okay. Oh,
right,
sake.
Cheek.
It's not 2 points. It's 1 point.
Cheek. Let's hear yours.
Right, I'm gonna go. I haven't thought about this. I'm gonna go Lewis for pole and to win. Vettel second and Bottas third. I just don't think the Red Bulls are going to be there at all. But, yeah, Rickson, what about you?
Obviously,
Lewis for pole, Lewis to win. Vettel second. Will Stevens third.
Oh, for God.
Bottas third.
Will Stevens. That's bringing back memories. Jesus.
So you two have gone for the same
can't
prediction.
Yeah.
get
Yeah,
it.
we have, yeah.
You just can't get it out of your mouth, can you? Like a Red Bull on pole.
No,
you
I
just
can't.
get it out of your mouth. Can
I
you?
can't do it.
Do we remember Monaco last year though with Red Bull racing with Ricardo?
Fucked up, didn't they?
Yeah.
Oh, he's always smiling, but his face that moment it was.
Yeah, well, it wasn't the best result for Red Bull last year. Causa, what's your Monaco prediction?
Alright, let's go. Hamilton pole, Hamilton win. I don't think it's Hamilton's quick.
God.
Hamilton's quick, and Ricardo isn't fast enough to take pole.
Okay.
If Ricardo's car was 2 tenths closer in Spain, then I might have taken a little cheeky dig at Ricardo. But now let's go. Lewis win, Bottas second, and Jenson Button in third place.
Oh, please.
You've
don't
just
be
taken
silly.
my joke
Don't be
and
silly.
killed it. Well done. You've just killed it.
Yeah.
I
And
would
I
say
thought I was
that.
presenting this podcast with intelligent people. For fuck's sake.
Can you? All right, let's change that to Kimi Räikkönen.
Yeah.
Oh God, he made it
that's
even worse.
Do you want to put Stroll
Jenson
on the
Button for
podium
top
now?
6 zone. Jenson Button for top 6 zone.
Oh,
But what if Van Dorn fails to beat Button? Do you think McLaren should take consequences?
Why?
What, like
Button's
replacing
a
Button with
better
Van Dorn?
driver than Van Dorn. It'll probably happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Button
Button
will beat
hasn't
Van
practiced
Dorn.
with that car at all.
Yeah, it'll boss it though. I reckon. But Button raced in the days when cars were going faster than this anyway, or the same speed as this anyway.
good point.
Is it because he's British that you're all very proud of him?
I'm not. I
I
couldn't
missing
care
something?
that he's. Well, we're going to go into this again. I don't feel like I'm British. I'm Welsh, not
No,
British.
he's
so
Welsh,
I couldn't care about Button at all.
It's Welsh, not British. That is
It is
quite colossal.
I know people are going to make fun of me for this, but I don't like being known as British. It's just not my thing, and
Cheap shag.
I couldn't
But,
care.
Bloody all right, Gareth
Oh,
Bale.
don't
Fucking hell.
start! Don't start.
But if I get it right, Button will only have like this week, so starting tomorrow, to practice with a new car, will he?
He'll still beat him, but I don't rate.
He'll beat Van Dorn, 100%. 100% he'll beat Van Dorn. I'm willing to put money on him beating Van Dorn.
I'll take that bet.
Alright, £5.
Oh, are we doing this on the podcast? We're doing betting now. Okay, £5 between
Wait, but-
December and Benny for Van Dorn to beat
pound-
a Button to beat Van
But-
Dorn.
Pounds to euros is in my disadvantage, though. But I mean, fair enough.
Yeah, so
All right,
we'll do €5 then.
You've heard it.
We'll
here
just
on the podcast first.
we'll just say 2 beers at the next Formula One race we're all going.
Yeah,
to.
okay.
How about
Couple
that?
of beers, yeah, alright.
Sounds good.
That would never
On
happen.
about the Monaco Grand Prix, do we think it's going to be a ball fest? Because
Yes, you can't
the car's
overtake
gonna be
around
wide.
Monaco. It's going to
Exactly.
be shit. Whoever's leading coming
Yeah.
out of turn 1 is going to win the race. Simple.
you think,
Yeah, I'll
Sure.
go with that.
unless it rains,
I agree with Rickson, and I don't say that very often, but I agree with Rickson.
No one
Yeah.
says that very often.
yeah,
The only Monaco race that's interesting is Noob Journey one because you've got some
that
me
was
out.
still a bit boring.
surprises there.
Coming out on Thursday at 7.
No, but there you got some surprises. Like here, what's the worst that could happen? I mean, Stroll could have a moment, or Palmer could have a
No,
moment.
no,
but that's
Stroll
risky,
will
yeah.
have a moment and Palmer will have a moment.
Yeah, but if we're unlucky, Stroll and Palmer will have their moment into turn 1, and then that's it for the rest of the race. It's boring.
Yeah, well, I can see that happening. Both Stroll and Palmer crashing during the race. But last year wasn't fantastic either. But then we've got wider cars. There's harder to overtake. It's just going to be. I don't see it being a very good Grand Prix, really, guys.
Last year wasn't too bad because we got interchangeable conditions. We went from wet to dry or dry to wet. I can't remember. I think it was wet to dry. Yeah. It wasn't too bad last season, but we're still single file, like 95% of the way.
It's going to be ridiculous. No one's going to be able to overtake, because you'll literally put two cars side by side and they'll scrape the metal barriers either side with each wheel.
Oh, God, I'm just remembering now. I mean, Monaco, fair enough, but we've got Baku as well this season, fuck's sake.
Jesus Christ.
But Slipstream...
It's alright, though, because France is back next season, so we've all got France to look forward to.
Yeah, next season, yeah.
Best track.
Yay!
Right. Yeah, we do. Yep. France trip 2018. The only meetup.
If I still know you lot by then, which I hope I don't.
You know what? The only time I might actually say that Lewis will win a race, I will never predict Lewis will win, but the one time I might do it is around Baku, because it's just such a fucking ridiculous track. You can get robbed like 2 meters across the finish line, or before, sorry, the finish line.
Yeah.
But Monaco will I think I'll have to agree with all three of you, I guess, that put a Mercedes on pole, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
But if Bottas, no, not Bottas, he'll bottle it. If Hamilton leads the pack by turn 1, it's over. That's the moment you got to gamble. Like put some money on what is it? Some bookmaker sites. Just put money on Hamilton if he leads after turn 1, because then it's finished. It's single file.
It's
after
done,
that.
isn't it?
Yeah, I think I agree with you there, Sember.
Ultra softs go 34 laps. That's fucking ridiculous. That's like what, 3/4 of the Grand Prix.
Well, actually, it's only half. But anyway, we'll move on.
Oh yeah, it's 60 laps. I'm sorry.
It's like 78 laps, I think, Monaco.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a boring race. Yeah, but I think is that all.
What if? No, what if Red Bull want to be competitive next week?
Oh, Red Bull.
Red Bull. Yeah, just qualify on super softs, because obviously the tyres are ridiculous this season.
I don't know, mate. I just have no hope for Red Bull this year. It's a lack of. It's every week. It's just disappointing.
Every Sunday evening, I'm hopeful for Red Bull, and every week they cock it.
Yeah. I think is that all the topics discussed for today's podcast?
I'm sure there's plenty more.
We have rambled a fair bit, but I'm pretty sure. There was little bits of the race which we've talked about, but the rest of it was kind of just watching cars go around and catch.
No, you got a big shout out for Vettel's ballsy overtake on the grass.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. When he went back forth, that was a nice move. To be fair, back forth, then back
that
again.
Was good.
Yeah, that was good.
Shout out for Van Dorn for making a straight line speed overtake. Shout out for that. Yeah.
But other than that, we've had Palmer, we've had Carmen Jorda. That's sort
standard
of
podcast.
We always have. Yeah, that's generally
a small rant about Red Bull. A small one this week.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's everything.
Yeah.
And we've had Monaco and the return of Jenson Button, which we casually crossed over.
You've had your bet, haven't you, for this?
Do you think Alonso will come back?
He'll come back. Well, next year or after this race?
After Monaco. What's the race after?
Canada.
Click. Here we go. Canada. Oh, fuck's sake, don't mention Canada.
New Journey Season 1. Get on that, guys.
Is it giving you flashbacks, Ken?
Yes, PTSD. Post-traumatic stress disorder.
Yeah, it wasn't the...
That's alright. It was good to see Rick's never good race around Canada anyway.
Oh, no, we went and said it. What did you finish that race, Causa?
Shut up.
You scored the same amount of points.
I was the only finisher.
No, the reason I crashed was because of Alex, so you know.
No, it's because Reese or someone in front lagged and then I had to brake and then it all went to pot. Well, Jack, you should have been paying attention rather than just being yourself.
Definitely.
Yeah, I think that rounds it off for the 7th podcast in the series. But thanks, guys, for being here with me to discuss all things F1. But guys, if you enjoyed the podcast, don't forget to smash that like button. Everybody's channel will be in the description, so subscribe. We've got Rickson, December, and Bennie FC96. So don't forget to subscribe below. And we'll see you in 2 weeks' time for the Monaco Grand Prix review. So see you then. Good night.